Hi, Nomi. Let me look at that music balance really quickly because I messed with it after. That should be good. How are you, Nomi? Okay, good. That looks like it's all where it's supposed to be. Yay! I haven't used the art scene in a bit, so I wasn't sure. I was a little worried. Not sure. It looks fuzzy on my monitor. But then it's not looking... Hold on. Just trying to finish some work. Cool, cool. Yeah, it's looking a little fuzzy. That's weird. Why is it doing that? Hold on, I'm gonna turn on a screen cover and I'm gonna mess with this just for a second. If I can't figure it out, we're just gonna have to live. But, I'm gonna see if I can adjust. Can it do that, maybe? Maybe it was just, okay, dip. Hi, Mousy. Not that. Sorry. Hi, Dragon. You here, but you have a migraine. Ah, it's okay. Okay, now does it look better? That looks much better. It might have moved everything though. Yeah, it did. Hold on. Okay, so what we need to do. There we go. That's better. Yeah, no, that's better. Okay. It's bigger on my screen, but that's fine. I put it behind stuff anyway. Stream Elements be doing all the things at the moment. Oh, I should probably close that. Okay. So, I wasn't sure what I was going to do because I don't quite feel like trying to conquer the storage room situation on Arceus just yet. I don't know if you can hear the children, but they're suddenly being loud. Hilarious, honestly. So I figured we maybe would do some art. I've been in a bit of an art mood recently. It's interesting because I would say in the last month I've probably done more art almost like than I've done in a very long time in that short span of time. Because like obviously last year I did at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, if not 6. I feel like there's another one I finished. Hi CKY, welcome in. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But I feel like this last like week especially because I've just finished 2 different things. One of which I will show you. The other one, the one in the top corner, I'm not going to show you. But when are we gonna goose? I don't know. When are we gonna goose? Or play bingo. Either one works. Yeah, this is one that I finished yesterday, which I'm really happy with. It's another D&D character. Friday night. What's night? Define night. Do I have anything on Friday? I don't think I have anything on Friday. Other than like usual exhaustion and stuff. Yeah, this character I'm really happy. There's 7 EST. Yeah, I could do that. I might end up eating food in the middle or something because yeah. Or at the beginning. Right, maybe I should just stop expecting. Well, not expecting. I should just start eating on my own when I'm gonna be doing like game nights. Because every time I don't, I either end up having to eat on my own anyways. Or I have to like be AFK for a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes, which is never fun. Well, it's never fun for everybody else. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's just been weird. It's been like an art kick because like I knew I was going to be doing the one we're going to be working on today, but then I had like the inspiration for like this one, which I did. Very happy with this one. If I was doing it completely in my normal style, there would have been a few more things I did, but I'm still very happy with it. And then I've turned around and done the other 3 here. I don't know. But you know what? I'm not gonna complain. I'm not complaining. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just like realized this recently. This is like how much art I've done recently. And I'm just like, oh, that's a thing that happened. Yeah, I should be around for stuffs this Friday evening. Well, I haven't opened Goose Goose Duck in a while, so I might have to remember to update it. Because my normal stabby group has switched back to Among Us for a bit. So, you know. Let's see. Where should we start? That's the real problem. It's like, I don't know where to start. Once I get started, we'll be fine. I'll jump all around the place, but we'll be fine. Did I do this line art? I didn't. Okay, I didn't think so. I was like, I didn't do the line art to be the final line bits. No, I did not. Though some of it will probably be very much the same. What's left? Start at the beginning of what's left? I could. Mostly at the moment. This is actually the stage where I typically actually quit most drawings that I like. If I'm going to quit, it's going to be at this stage. Interestingly, I realized this the other day. But texturing, shading, and highlighting, and taking the line art, line bits, and taking the parts that I need from that and then making them. See, without it, it kind of looks very funny. There's like you can see gaps all over the place. Probably where I should start. All the stupid gaps we've got going on here. Because there was a time, we could even look back at probably even some of the stuff I've done since I started streaming it. There was a time in which I would just leave the main lines and just clean up the line art. But I've since then kind of walked away a little, like started to not always have lines on every single bit, which means you can't leave gaps like that. No, I don't remember how this is layered. Okay. Yeah, so with this bit, I can be as close as I want because this layer is under that layer, but this layer, okay, it's under that layer too. So yay! I try to, when I'm like making the color layers, I try to layer them in such a way that it'll like make sense. A lot of the times reflecting how like the actual layers would interact. But sometimes like here in this case, not quite that, but close. Here, let's turn off the little bit of background effects I put on so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Go bottom up or top to bottom. Yeah, see, that's systematic. And you're right. That is something I could do. I don't know why, but I've never been good at doing systematic things for this kind of stuff. There's certain things I'm very systematic about, and then art, I just kind of jump around. Okay. Got the gaps on that one. I do want to fix this bit of the scarf here before I forget that it's there. So I'm sure if you went through over... Yeah, after 7 works. Probably do even a little earlier than that if needs be. Because I technically get home from work at 4:30. But I typically don't end up being at my computer till like 5:30. But I'd say anything after 6 I'd probably be good. And it's Friday, so I can stay up as late as I want. Is it advisable? Debatable. Will I do it anyway? Under the right circumstances, yes. Not sure what's going on here. Is that layer? Yeah, that layer's on top, so I'm going to actually just go ahead and do this. And then you can fix that top layer. Yeah, that's like a gap there that needs fixed. Okay, so I think that's the same purple. I think that's what I ended up deciding. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that back on. Okay, that's probably the back itself. Edging needs worked on. But what is that? That's that layer, right? Yeah, okay. That'll be worked on in a second. We'll come back to that. I'm excited for tomorrow. Because, for one, it's the second session. So that's going to be fun. But also, well, second session I've actually been playing in, I should say. They've been going for a while. But it's also just, I think, going to be fun because maybe we will not just be sitting around talking as characters. We might be going somewhere, doing something. I don't know what we're doing. Do need to reread my notes from last week just to be kind of like, remember what we were doing. And I'd be like, okay. And remind myself where my character's head's at. The interesting thing I've found, which I'm going to work on this week, I think, is because I'm not quite... I wouldn't say not comfortable, but I'm not... I mean, yes and no. Maybe that's not the right wording, but... I'm not at the talkative phase of friendship with these people just yet. Surprise. I'm an introvert, and I tend to, often accidentally, in cases when I don't mean to, just sit and listen and observe and people watch. Because I realized on my drive home last time, I was like, wait. You know, it kind of helps to talk when you're playing D&D. Just a little bit. It's not like I didn't talk, but I was like, I could have like joined in some of these conversations a little bit more. It's like, note to self, do better about that next week. Next time. Because it's not even a... Yeah. every other week, which makes it a little harder, I think. At least for me. That's my goal this week, is like be more present. At the same time, I will not be overdoing it. Because nope. I'm not overdoing it. It's not happening. Hi, Eclipsa. So, Grace, what you doing? My dog has decided to make noise. She's upset about something. That's true. She is always upset. One of the children said she's always upset about something. Hi, Stormy! Welcome in. How are you? For that matter, how are you, Eclipsa? I got sidetracked by the dog making noise. As she does. I'm doing good. You're just digging on ISV? Cool. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just doing a little D&D art and talking about stuffs and things. As I often do, rambling, of course, but you know. That's not what you're here for. I'm sorry. But that's what you're getting today. It's fine. Can only do so much thinking in a day. Though, granted, I've been doing not thinky work all day, but oh, this edge also needs fixed. But yeah, we're just going around and fixing the edges on these, and then I've got to figure out what I want to do after I fix the edges. Honestly, I found that as I texture things, I will still find edges that are just like absolutely wonky. And that's okay. So the big thing I usually find when I'm doing edges is I will find texture, that is. I will find all the holes as well. The holes and the random dots that have just decided to appear on things. Yes, Stormy, anytime. Okay, I think that's all of those edges. Do I need to? I do need to mess with that edge. Oh, and for those wondering, well, you might not have been wondering, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. The reason the background is off-white instead of white at the moment, which is what I normally leave it at, is because her hair is white, and if I left the background white, I would have had trouble putting the hair in. And after I turned it off white, I just left it. You love her robes? Yes. I'm very excited. They're gonna have some more sparkliness to them, hopefully, if I can get the effect to work correctly. Because I want to go for, and I can show you real quick, I want to kind of go for that kind of looks almost shiny look, mixed with kind of the effect I did here, where it kind of almost looks like it's light is kind of moving maybe a little bit. So I'm excited to mess with that. It's gonna be fun. And her hair is going to be pretty cool. I've been seeing a lot of like inspiration images for that. Cause see, the problem is you pin one really cool hair dye job and then 20 million more show up. I don't normally work with the pinks as much, so I'm excited to mess around with what colors work together and how all that's going to work. And I have also created, I haven't finalized it, but I have created a Hero Forge one that is very similar. It's close enough, probably, to what she is, that I'm hoping. Okay. I'm gonna get and then have my brother print. We might even paint it on stream. That would be fun. There we go. Is that the right palette? Yeah, that is the right palette. Yay! I have been just pick coloring it, but sometimes it's better to get the actual color, because especially with the amount of layers and effects I end up doing. You never know if you're actually grabbing the actual color. It's not 100%. Yeah, she's very leaning. How do I explain it? She's an illusion wizard. She does a lot of illusions, but specifically specializes in light illusions. So that obviously also is more colorful as well, which is very fun. I'm looking forward to playing with some of the spells. Technically, even if you think about it, minor illusion and a couple of the others where you're creating images is technically a form of light illusion. Think about the way it would actually be created, because you're creating a fake reflection of light off of something, basically. But she also is an astronomer and loves space. And space is how she got into wizardry to begin with. Stars specifically. So it's all like light and sky related. Just gonna be fun to explore. I do think she might be a rather strange addition to the group, but then again, the group is strange, so yeah, no, it works. But I'm excited because, like, the other thing is, I don't even think some people in the group do know, but not everybody even knows that she's a. I think they know maybe she's a wizard at this point, but any more than that, other than obviously, I've shown them this picture that I was working on because I worked on it while we were waiting for everybody to show up. So like that element of like having a bit of mystery is going to be fun. I don't know how I'm going to play into that, but yeah, she kind of just showed up on their doorstep and they said, "Do you want to hang out?" And we were like, "Yeah." I was just like, "Yeah, sure, cool, let's go." So, it's a fun way. It's a fun way to make friends. Just show up on their doorsteps. Totally works in real life. It was more complicated than that, but still. I'm also looking forward to the other D&D campaign that I have been invited to play, because that is also going to be full of mystery. So, and that character I'm also really happy with. I would say that character actually has a more developed backstory even, and some other fun things. So, this one I'm still kind of working on some pieces of the puzzle in my head. But the DM and I have also not like talked about anything. So I don't really have as much other character development stuff going on with her. Whereas another one, the DM and I have talked about lots of things. It's a different way of doing D&D, basically, which is fun.
They're up for sale if you want them.
Hi, Sky. Thank you for the raid.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
How was
These
stream?
aren't the droids you're looking for.
What were you up
These
to?
aren't the droids we're looking for.
He can go about his business.
You can go about your business.
Move along.
Move along. Move along.
Oh, double shout out. They're the best mods. All the shout outs. All of them. Oh, goodness. Ooh, Cave Factory. What's that? It says Minecraft, so I'm assuming it was a Minecraft mod? I think I saw something about it because I saw your post in Discord, but I didn't have time to look at it much at all. Oh, I left a timer on. Oops. There's not two perspectives. Ignore stream elements. Stream elements doesn't know. Where's that timer? Now I'm the derp. Minecraft in a hole in the ground. There are no ore blocks, but breaking stone gives you different ores. Interesting. That would be a different way to play. Hi, Sly Lady Wolf and Super Wario. Welcome in. Did I miss anybody else? Don't think so. Ooh, yes, it's a wild what? Ooh, a wild fro? I don't know, it looks interesting. Have a button for that. Why am I trying to type it out? Nope, that's the wrong button. That's why. Don't mind me. Alright, we'll zoom out so you can see what I was working on. Am working on. Yeah, English. I can do English. Zozo. Baby. Whatever it is you're barking at, you need to chill, baby girl. Come here. Get out from under my desk. Stop staring outside. Your outside looking privileges have been revoked. Okay, Sky, enjoy your lurk. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, now the other puppy wants attention. Of course. Yeah, we are working on the artwork for one of my D&D characters. She is an illusion light wizard. I do still have a little homework to do because I have to read up on spellcasting. Because I haven't actually read anything about how you I don't know how to spellcast. So I gotta do that. I also remind myself what happened last time because it's been 2 weeks. But generally I think I remember because it was very basic. Trying to miss catches for weekly mission? Oh, and you caught it. Oh no. Wait, there's a weekly mission to not catch things? That seems counterintuitive. Who knew? I honestly don't notice the weekly quests. I don't even know where to find them. I just want to collect them all someday, maybe. Just a fun thing to do. See, where were we? Okay, I think that bit is cleaned up, though. I know there was something here, I feel like, that I need to clean up. Just go ahead and... On the right side of the app, next to refresh. Oh, cool. I think what I'm going to need to do is add some texture to the cape in such a way that the transparent part of the dress there actually shows up. Because if I were to, say, for a second, I'm going to also turn off that layer. If I were to make this black for a second, you can clearly see it. And see where I just made a little bit of a nibs. That's fine. I can fix that real quick. You're also on your way to getting a Alolan Muck 2. That requires you to attempt catches, not miss. But you have to miss catches to get a rock stone. Huh. Yeah, that's cool. It's fun that they have quests like that. Because then, like, it gives you something else to do with it other than just try to catch Pokemon. Because the battles are interesting, but it's a bit clunky, honestly. Like, I had fun, but would not do again. I was curious one time when I just tried it. I was like, what does this do? So I think I asked Dragon, and Dragon was like, I don't know. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna go test. I'm gonna go find out what this does. I think it would be fun if you could battle people in chat instead of just a random bot or random other player. I think that would be I think that would be more fun, and I would actually then do it. Because then there's just like a reason to try to build up the team to be good and stuff. You can build teams specifically to counter your friends' teams and all that stuff. Do I have that color? With that one? Okay. The battle takes so long. You can paint a room and watch it dry by the time the battle's done. Yeah. If we could cut down on how long the battle takes and then let you guys, like, let it be done in chat. Or, like, you at least challenge each other in chat. That would be fun. But no, it took forever. And, like, because, like, battles in the actual Pokemon game don't take that long. Like, they can a little bit if it's a boss battle. But, like, go battle a random trainer, you're not going to have 30, 45 minutes worth of battle. Probably. If you do, you're probably fighting for your life, at which point... But, you know. Not normally. I do need to get back on my Switch and get on my Pokemon game because I'm having so much fun with that. But it's just like... I only have so much energy. Apparently this month is going to be put into art. Take a look at the face stuff. The face is where there will be a lot more actual lines. That's probably where the most lines in a character will end up being at any given time for me. Because there are certain elements that just you can't just do with shading anyway. Speaking of which, you're currently playing a custom Pixelmon pack you and the girlfriend put together. Ooh, fun. Yeah, I've seen quite a few creators play Pixelmon, I think. 'Cause that's the Minecraft Pokemon thing, right? In fact, somebody I was watching yesterday did it in between Minecraft Legends stuff. Because they were waiting on another group to finish a round so they could all group together. Yeah, I can talk. It's fine. I can talk, not type. Sometimes it sounds like I'm typing when I'm talking. Yep. Yeah, it looks fun. But it's not something I've been interested in yet. I want to do something with the Origins mod and possibly Medieval Minecraft, maybe? I'm not sure. But I haven't figured that yet either. I can only do so many things at a time, it turns out. I think I've already said that, but... You're in a couple packs with Origins, very fun. Yeah, I would combine it with other things. I don't know what exactly, which might be part of the reason I haven't done it yet. And it would be a multiplayer as well, I think, so. There's that element of it as well. I'm sure there are packs that the people I would play with would want to add that I don't know about yet. But in time that will happen, which will be fun. So I think Origins in and of itself is a good mod, but I think it works better if you're gonna do that, you might as well do modded. Is kind of my thinking, so you might as well have some fun biomes and some fun other things. Possibly some magic mods while you're at it, you know. I don't know how there ended up being so many holes in her hair, because I know I had the off-white on at that point, so like, how did this happen? Goodness. Best way to make use of Origins is playing Medieval Minecraft Fun 16.5 pack. Yeah, I think I've seen that one. I think Archeo has played that a few times on stream. If it's the same one I'm thinking of. I think there are multiple, but the general gist usually the same. Definitely thinking of something like that, or possibly going the little less medieval route. Don't know yet. Because I know there are some you just can do some terrain and then block mods and then do like create and a couple other things. I don't know. We will figure that out when the time comes. But in the meantime, I've been enjoying Minecraft Bingo and working on my Wizard Fortress on Archeo. It's been a lot of fun. Currently trying to solve a storage issue. So, why we're not on Minecraft today is because if we were on Minecraft today, it would be all digging a hole. And if we... Dragon and I have not yet discussed how much of the hole we want to dig. So, gonna figure that out later. Probably not today. No one can dig a hole like you. That's probably true to a degree. It's not going to be that big. At most, I would guess 4 chunks. One big enough to build our storage in. Yeah. I mean, I can tell you now what my idea was, or we can discuss it later. Because I dug out a bunch of it the other day. I was trying to sit there and do math and figure out hopper chains. And at some point, I was just like, you know what? I need to not work on this anymore. I'm going to go do other things. 2 days later, I think I know possibly what the solution is, but... Hi. Yeah, I'm aware of what Overcooked is. Why? Yeah? Yeah, I'm streaming. Dos says hi. Probably later, my brain is not allowing much thought. Yeah, I was watching a Hermitcraft video and the solution kind of showed up and I was like, oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. Why didn't I think of that? Anyway. So yeah, we've got to fix that. Because once this storage is fixed, I will be able to get back to building everything around it without feeling like I'm procrastinating. So that'll be fun. You need to make a dragon? Ooh. Dragons are interesting. I do have some screenshots. I want to try to make a dragon. Like flying above one of my towers. I want to try. And the reason I started laughing is dragon. If the solution is having a hermit dig and build the storage, I'm all for it. No. No. That would be interesting, but no. It was more of reminding me that there was another way to look at the problem. Yeah, without saying what it is, because... Yep. But it was more of like, I was looking at the problem in 2D. And then all of a sudden I saw something and then I was like, oh wait. This can be a 3D problem. Anyway. So I had a thought and then it ran away from me. Oh. Modded Minecraft maybe? Was it about that? Now I don't know. Oh, dragons. So I do have some screenshots I took of some of the stuff Jem did around Empire Season 1 time. I think it was technically in a build-off she did during that time period. But I want to try to build some of those. Because I feel like I'm a wizard. I should have dragons. I do know up and down are things. Yes, I'm aware. But... yeah. It's one of the things that is interesting about problem solving is sometimes you get your perspective stuck. Thinking about the problem one way. Yeah, I know you mentioned the second floor. But I was stuck thinking about it one way, and I was probably too tired. And then I was kind of leaning towards a second, maybe third floor. So it's like, I don't know how else we're gonna do this. Cause like, but then I had a visual for it, like how I went to build it, and I was like, oh, no, that'll work actually. Because the issue is the design I've gone for that section is very catacomby. But now I have a way to make it work. So it's probably less the functional problem that I was struggling with and more of the pretty problem. Which did it to myself. And I'm well aware of that. But I have a potential solution. The other problem is I didn't realize just how many items we were going to end up wanting to sort, and then... Yeah. I think the count was like 100 and... I want to say 185. Might be off by a few. Yeah. Yes, that's why you always say build red storage first, make pretty around the redstone. Yes. But you know full well that's not how my brain works. We should build 225 slices so we have room to expand. Exactly. And doing the math the other day, I realized the single floor I had dug out was not going to do that. So. It's like, yes, we build the redstone first, make it pretty afterwards, but... Yeah. It was more the shape of the room is what I realized what we needed to do. Well, what I think we should do. We don't need to do what I said but yeah. That is just silly talk. There's a difference in approaching the problem. Which I appreciate, because sometimes you need a different perspective to be just like, build the thing. And then figure out how to make it look pretty. And I do it both ways all the time. But I also tend to build something first. I said tend. I tend to build something first and then realize I wanted redstone there. And then be like, okay, how the heck do I fit this where I want it? In this case, I'm trying to think from both angles. It's like, okay, here's the redstone we need. How am I going to fit this into this build without it feeling fit into the build, you know? But at the same time, being like, I'm not going to sacrifice the redstone for the prettiness. So like, we have to make it work somehow. But also like keep it within the redstone we are willing to do. Because if we did some of the more complicated storage systems that like the hermits have done recently, we could fit it in a lot smaller of a room. But I don't know about Dragon. Well, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this. I don't think either of us want to do that redstone. Because I've seen it, and it makes my head spin just a little bit. I'm getting more comfortable with redstone. I'm not getting that comfortable. Being able to let go some aspects of an idea, although knowing to do, is the best way to get unstuck and move forward. Exactly. Yeah, not overly keen on trying it, no. Yeah, I think someday I would get to the point where I'd be okay with it. The issue is, particularly in this case, is one, it's notorious for breaking. The system I'm thinking of. And two, I would have no idea how to troubleshoot it if I got something wrong. Most of the redstone I'm able to do now, I don't know why I said to put an M instead of a, whatever. I could troubleshoot. Not all of it, but most of it I kind of know what it's doing, and I'm like, okay, maybe this piece is what's wrong. So, yeah. Well, yeah, because once I let go of it being one floor, it's easier to build a storage room, surprisingly. But anyway, I have ideas. I have a revision, and I think it'll work, but it's gonna take a little bit to figuring out. But it's one of the things I like about collaborative building in Minecraft. Because when I'm just building on my own, I just don't always think about it differently. But then when you're working with somebody else, you have to not only like have your own ideas of what you want to do and how you want to do it, but you also then have to consider what they want out of it, right? And then they'll be like, why don't you do it this way? And then all of a sudden you're looking at the problem in a completely different light. And you're like, oh yeah, that is the way we could do it. And then you add something else to it and you're like, we could do it that way if we did, and then we could also do this bit. The next thing you know, you have a Christmas tree that shoots rockets out of it on a timer. Because why not? The answer to the question why not is there's no reason not to. If you ever consider, like, maybe I should make a tree that shoots... Yes. You should have a Minecraft Christmas tree that does a firework display. It is the best thing ever. The hard part of that was figuring out the clock, but we eventually got it to where the clock would work. And we could turn it on and off. Because we wanted a loop clock, so we can only have like 4 dispensers. But if you just have a loop clock, then it would just keep going, so we then had to figure out a way to turn it off. On the microwave. I told you where I put it. Then I don't know. I put it on the microwave. Behind the fruit. You're terrible with redstone, but good with organics? Yeah. You are good with organics. Kurnoa, Jen, and Funky have been asked to be a build team for Frill, and you're making a load of UHC spawns, and you're not good with world edit, but you're good with envisioning things. So you seem to work well together. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's one of the things that for Dragon and I that work well is that we complement our strengths complement each other. Yeah, exactly. So like, at least when we first started building together, I didn't touch redstone with 10-foot pole. I do now, but like, I didn't at the beginning of the second season of the parlor. But he knew a little bit more of that, so then it was kind of like we still do work really well together. Get an ideas boards. It's 3 boards long, and you keep adding more to it. Oh, that's awesome. Ooh, a deep dark design. You have to tell me when it gets played in UHC, because I will like go out of my way to come see that. That sounds super cool. Because like I normally check in on UHCs. I didn't this weekend, but like I normally do. But I will go out of my way to come. Because like that sounds cool. Yeah, the UHC spawns have been looking so good. I typically only catch like the last like battle anyway. But you guys have been doing awesome. Yeah, if you like look, which you can't at the moment because it's don't have the world download for it yet. But the Parlor Season 2 build, specifically, you can just kind of see all of that. You don't tend to stream them because you struggle with the pressure of it. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. But usually at least Jin is streaming it. If he's playing. So someone will have a perspective of it. Right, I was watching, it was a couple weeks ago when it was just Jin in the final battle. by himself against like two other teams. That was an interesting UHC, I think. But he survived a little longer than I would have. Yeah, like the pressure of it is probably part of the reason I don't want to play UHC. There are other reasons, but it's one of the main ones. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I have so much fun with Skulk stuff. Why? Okay, well, we can just do that then. When I was helping Drac with the Lush Cave for Skyblock Evolution, that was one of the things I had a lot of fun with because the Lush Cave, if you don't know, spoiler alert, I guess, the Lush Cave is the entry into the Deep Dark in Skyblock Evolution 2. And so, my part of it was to build everything up to the door to the Deep Dark Ancient City. Well, he gave me a cave and I made it look pretty. Anyway, one of the fun things I did was, and you can see it if you go back and watch the VOD where Dragon, Mousy, and I explore it, I put sensors in the walls. So that even though, like, before you even saw the part that was Deep Dark, you have activated a skulk sensor. If you notice, especially if you have your sounds up correctly, if you notice it, your brain immediately goes into, oh no, what was that? I just made a noise. Oh gosh. Like you have a second of just like panic, which is great. Death? Yeah. Well, the cave does involve death, yes, but that was slightly unintentional. There's too much clay. Have you seen my updated version? Okay, it wasn't intentional by my design. That was not what I intended to happen. Drac even admitted that neither of us planned for there ever to be that many mobs in that room. That was completely unintentional. A side effect of how dark it was supposed to be, but that was unintentional. There were supposed to be mobs, don't get me wrong, but there weren't supposed to be that many. Yeah, I like the clay pools, but they don't scream Lush Cave to me. It's almost like they needed to be two separate biomes, maybe? You think so? You were watching it play, but you slept since then and your brain doesn't retain things at the moment? I can show you if you want me to. We could go look at it real quick. So I do have the world copy. I just have just the cave at the moment, but that was one of the things is like I got to play with giving the player a little bit of a jump scare, and even though it's not the ancient city, there's like a concrete wall there that I didn't build past. The Deep Dark kind of leaked into the room, and I got to play with some of that and hiding things in behind pillars. And doing a bit of visual storytelling with it as well, which was really fun. Whether anybody I didn't point it out to even noticed, debatable. But I did do it and it was fun. Yeah, I know. There's like 3 or 4. There's a couple yeah, they both did, Mousy. Thank you for asking. You can give them again if you want to. There's a couple scary movies and scary video games that are running the circuit at the moment. I'm just like, can I not? Like, there should be a opt out of horror ads option somewhere. Really. Because I'm absolutely done. Just like, I end up muting streams because of it, and then I'm forgetting to unmute them. And then feeling sad about that later, but... Yeah, the jump scares. And it's not as much of a jump scare, that one specific one. The first one you find is not as much of a jump scare as I'd have liked. If I were to do it again, I might have attached a non-active trigger to it. Yeah. There's a... Yeah, I'm just like, there should be a... Because, like, specifically horror ones, and, like, the ones with possessions and a couple other things. I feel like that's, like, could be triggering to some people, so there should be a way to opt out of it. Drac, maybe one of your builds, the death loop. Yeah, that's true. Well, death loop if you're in single player, I guess. We were playing it 3 people, and I don't think... Did any of us die at the Jungle Temple? I don't think any of us died in the Jungle Temple. I could be wrong. One of us might have. I didn't. I don't think. I died in the Deep Dark, but that was because the floor was 1 layer thick, and I didn't realize that. I made the mistake. Once? Maybe I did then. Either way. I didn't have much of a death loop. I think somebody died, but I don't know that we all did. But still, it was a very, very scary situation. Though, I think we had a slightly better time of it than some people because we didn't accidentally trigger it the wrong way. We triggered it the right way. So then we didn't have to deal with all the, like, weird consequences of accidentally triggering it the wrong way. We felt so bad for Pearl and Bunny when they were playing. They found the little flower forest sign, but the creeper spawned in the little cave and blew them up the item in there. Yeah. We actually didn't find one of the books. And we realized why we didn't find it. Because it was in the pillager outpost. And we're pretty I'm pretty sure a pillager shot it off the item frame. And it despawned and we never knew it was there. So, yeah, it's a risk. I feel like the creeper blew up on me in the double tall flower room as well. I just had already gotten the book. Yeah. We had all of the other clues. But it wasn't until we got the clue that led to the pillager tower they were like, wait, there was actually supposed to be something there. Because we just assumed there wasn't something there. But we also hadn't found it. And so at that point, we're like, that's probably gone. Oops. Yeah, and spell in the void. Yeah. Some of those rooms, especially if you spend any amount of time on the island before you find it, just will spawn things. The Lush Cave was an absolute craziness, though. And the thing was, like, when I was working on it, I actually ended up turning hostile mobs off or down for a bit. Like, I was having trouble with Enderman. Because the Enderman would keep coming in stealing my blocks. And I'd be like, can you not? I'm trying to build something here. Please stop stealing. But then if you add in the way Skyblock works with mob caps, it's just exponentially. Because I was working on it in a test world that had blocks. When you then put it in the void, it spawns ridiculously. You loved it? Yeah. I'm really happy with that build. You did beeline to the area you didn't think we'd find that easy. This is very true. Well, I believed you guys would find it. I did not expect you to beeline for it. And I think you were the first people to find it without having to dig up the entire area. So, do we want to switch to looking at it now? That's the vibe I'm getting from chat. Yeah, the spawner. I know you guys found it first, but I was pretty sure they were the first ones to find it without, like, how do I put this? Without breaking blocks? I don't know. But give me a minute, we can launch. I think it's this instance of Minecraft. I think that's the right instance. I will have to check. Yeah. Yeah, if you go back and watch the VOD, which I could pull it up, but and I can answer your question in a second, Stormy. Mousy, like, they knew there was something in there that no one else had found. Dragon had gotten spoiled as to what it was, I think, by someone. The night before we went into the deep dark. I had been purposely not saying things, not hinting at things. Right, you hadn't, and we had both agreed we're not telling her if we can avoid her knowing. We'll just find it. So, all Mousy knew was that there was a secret that no one had really found yet. Or maybe one other team had found. And so then, we get in there, and I'm doing my thing. I'm hanging back and I'm letting them kind of explore. I'm telling them things as they find them. But I'm like talking, like, I'm excited. I'm like ridiculously excited because like my friends are exploring and this is fun. This is the whole reason I had, well, not the whole reason, but like it's really fun. It's the whole reason we were playing the map basically. And, you know, as we were doing things, we're going through the cave. Let me see, I'm in spec, so I can actually, one second. We can go up here. I have to find the entrance because I was in the middle of the cave trying to decide how I was going to do things. Okay, hold on. Is it going to? There it goes. Yeah, I know. I was waiting till I was in fully to change my scene. I don't know if the music is on this one, but I'm talking, so it's fine. Should I give myself night vision? I don't think I will. So hold on. Well, I will get out of. We'll go into adventure mode because I can't. No, we'll go into creative because there's probably baddies down here and I don't want to deal with it. So this is the entrance to the cave. This is how you approach it. You find it with it's a big black box, right? So then, and I'm going to pause the music, hold on. I'm going to pause the music that's playing in my ear because it's driving me crazy. I'm showing! So you come in, right? It might be a little more overgrown than it actually was when we found it because I've had this open for a bit because I was looking around it. This is what I did with it. It's very pretty. Oh my. It's all good. Stormy, it's all good. But yeah, this is what I did with it. But the building of it did not. It did affect the enjoyment of discovering in the sense of it actually amplified my excitement for this specific bit. I didn't know where the clue was. I knew about the clues. In fact, I knew about the jungle clue specifically. I knew what the jungle clue was. But it like amplified it to the point at which I had to stop myself from insisting that we did this as soon as possible. It's like, no, we're gonna do it when they think it's a good idea. I'm going to not tell them what to do. So my goal going into this when we went to it is like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, where to go. I am telling you nothing as much as I can possibly tell you nothing. We'll see if you guys, I know you guys can figure this out. So we come in and we look around and we go, oh gosh, this is so pretty, right? Whatever. We talk about it, and I think we did end up going over here a little bit, saying hi to the axolotls and the tropical fish. And this area is very specifically designed so that if you have a mob in here, it's one. It was very much the goal of most of the Lush Cave, is like, you're not going to run into much of anything. This, right here, is what took me the longest. I was floating up here, facing upwards, placing leaves. It looks particularly bushy because I have the vanilla tweaks on, but the entire ceiling is covered in leaves in most places. And all kinds of vines. So there's little things like this little cute place back here, which, yeah, just tropical fish and axolotls. They're so cute. Spore blossoms everywhere. So you go over here, and go through here. Yes, boats. Whoa. Much more lush than yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to show you this, because it's like I was able to incorporate the shelves because I really liked the shelves in the water, but I added a lot of green to them, and there were elements I kept. This gravel patch originally had an Enderman that got stuck in it, so that's why it's still here. If I was designing it again with the Enderman not being there, this would keep something else. But like I added a bunch of some flowers, picking blue and pink flowers to complement the pink and green. But one of the things I did, so I didn't shy away from using the glow berries to light it up. I did purposely put glow berries in the direction you were supposed to go. So there were more glow berries along the path you should be going on. So if you followed them, kind of sticking to the path that they were showing you on, right? Particularly right here. I wanted you to go, what is this? Because this is how you go down. So you go down here, go down the waterfall, pick up the tropical fish because axolotls are cute little monsters. And it's a little crowded here at points, but I tried to make it so it didn't feel too claustrophobic. Go down here, you follow the glowberries. And right here you have a choice. Back here there is, I believe this is the one that has nothing. Yeah, this is nothing. But I wanted to keep kind of, I didn't want it to feel like a tunnel. Because that also would have made the secret a little more obvious. So like there's this bit. I think technically there might be an mob here. I think like right here might be 0. Then you see the glowberries over here, so you know you need to go this way. And what most people did not realize, but Mousy did basically right away. See, you were just at a crossroads. You are now at a crossroads again. At least on their first path through. I think a lot of people figured it out eventually. Because you could go down that way, which is very obviously the way you are quote-unquote supposed to go. Or you just came down a waterfall. Maybe you should try going up the waterfall. So maybe. Might lead somewhere. Which it does. And so then there's that down there. Which, ironically, that's where Mousy ended up finding out that the deep dark was on the other side of that wall. But, if you keep going up this way, this right here, by the way, is one of my favorite shots in this entire place. It's so pretty. So happy with all the leaves. Like, I almost didn't put all the leaves here, and I'm so glad I spent the time to do it because it just adds so much. And keep going up here. Then, you're just right, because you always, in a video game, it is a rule. It is a known rule. You always check behind the waterfall. Always. You were fully expecting me to stop, but the rule is you always check behind the waterfall. The thing is, the water was kind of already naturally here, so I was just leaning into, like, the waterfall, but it kept going. Exactly. So if you come up here, into this very purposely dark area, you will find the only zombie spawner. I think the only spawner, if I'm not mistaken, overworld spawner. So I think technically the Mac and Cube one counts. In the game. In this map. It's the only one. the idea was, and it didn't quite work because of the distances. The idea was that the zombies would start spawning and come down here and be a waterfall of zombies just coming at you. Yes, and you like to looking and exploring and out of the way places, right? And I do this in video games too, where you know where you're supposed to go for the main quest, so then you go the other way to see what's that way. What I found, I think it was in Diablo when we were playing, is I would go the way I thought was the side quest way, and then to find out it was actually the main quest way, and be like, oops. You always see where the other way goes, and like this is where the thing dead ends. It dead ends here, but I wanted to hide that a little bit. So this was the secret to the Lush Cave. Shush. And the I thought was like if there were zombies that were gonna spawn and then track you and then come down at the waterfall at you, that would be hilarious. It didn't happen. But it would have been hilarious if it did. And there's little bits like, you know, back here there's some pretty things and there's cute tropical fish. And there is nothing down here. This was just a continuation of the cave. Naturally, that I didn't block off. Retrospect, maybe I should have, but I didn't. And the idea was like the water is very clearly going from one table to a next table and then scooting under and keep going, right? And then it's worn away this bit and created this pool. But if you keep on going, and I'm gonna just walk, you know, the glow berries continue to kind of guide your way a little bit, but not lighting it up too much. Where do you? Oh, well, the bat just activated it. But then you were supposed to walk here, hear that, and just be like, what was that? It's right over here somewhere. I think there's one in that pillar. There's one over here as well, so that you might be able to see things flickering. But you're supposed to be like, and then you would get sneak 100. But in fact, I think I'm set. We're gonna set it on hard for a second so you can see this. So then you come through here, and you come to this, and I would say this is probably. I mean, the jungle temple was pretty deadly, but this was probably the deadliest place in SBE too, and accidentally. Because if I come over here and look at it, yeah, understatement. Like this is not with skyblock rates. This is normal rates. Because the world outside has blocks in it, and this is not hanging in the void. And this hasn't been loaded for the last, 10, 15 minutes that we were just exploring the thing. Yeah. So it was pretty deadly. I don't remember if I died, but I'm pretty sure at least one person in my party died before we killed everything. But we also had like full netherite gear, all protection for shields, and went in knowing full well that it was going to be a death trap. Yeah, exactly. We had the 118 light level check, like, and we went in and we were like, okay, we are going to torch run this place. So like we are gonna try not to fight too much, but we're also not gonna do crazy. We're gonna do like loops. We're just gonna try to light this up as fast as possible. And it took a while. But that was not my intention when I was building it. You were supposed to find more mobs, but not that many. But as you can kind of see, the glowberries kind of are still leading you down here. But as you get close to the skulk, there are dead bushes where there would have been flowers. There's still some flowers. There's dead bushes, and like this is supposed to be easy to walk up and down, so there's the slabs. But anywhere near the skulk, there are dead bushes to kind of indicate that maybe the skulk has killed the plants that were there. And kind of treating it like a corruption. And up here, I might have to see. I'll just take a night vision potion because it'll actually run out on me. Where's potions? I'm still not used to the new creative inventory, but that's fine. We'll just take a 3-minute potion. Perfect. If you look here, at top of where all the leaves are put, I put in roots so that it looks like the skulk was also killing the leaves on the roof, and I would stick it on top of things. Just the idea that it's very much killing the lush cave bits and corrupting it. Making this was fun, because what I ended up doing is I embedded catalysts in the ground. This was not deep dark at all when I got a hold of it. I put catalysts in the ground, and then I just dropped skeletons and zombies from the ceiling. And then put back over it. But yeah, normally you wouldn't have mobs spawn in the deep dark, but because technically this is void. This isn't even void, it's why didn't that work? It's frozen ocean. So it actually spawns stuff. But the issue is not only is it spawning here, but all of this back here was spawning stuff. And there are quite a few ledges in places, some of which I lit up, some of which I did not. There's some stuff up here, which you can tell I didn't touch because it's very much vanilla. But yeah. It's what I did. I don't know if it was the most effective way, but I was just like, why spread the skulk myself if I can make this catalyst spread it? And the catalyst for the most, like I took out some of them, but I left quite a few of the ones that were actually there. Yeah, and then you would, this right here, you would walk through this and there was the Deep Dark ancient city right there. But like you can hear, there's sensors in this bit, there's sensors this bit. I like hid them behind in places. And it was very much a, I want you to have places to hide, and there's, but I also was just like, let's spread the skulk around some. But the issue is, and if I get a milk bucket, I didn't want to ruin the atmosphere with too much light, because like the atmosphere of this when you're walking down here and you just see this, that was like the amount of light I felt like would work. It was not enough to, it was a death trap. Which was, like I said, accidental, but I mean, it looks cool. It got, I don't think there was probably a single world where any of this survived very well in this entire section, because by the time you blew up all the creepers, it was a mess. But if we hop into spectator, we can look. It's very lucky that it says thicket is underneath, because I'm pretty sure Dragon Mousy and I at least blew at least this section here almost down to where it would have been through the void. Through the void. I was actually worried about that at one point. But yeah, it's lots of stuff. It's so many leaves. Oh, but so many leaves. So many hours of floating and placing leaves. Okay, enjoy foods. Yes, I don't know if you could hear my mother, but foods is about to be ready, so I probably should wrap it up myself. What was cool is like I added a little bit and connected some of these caves up, but a lot of these were connected already. So it was just a matter of adding all the leaves and stuff. But I had so much fun with it. And I'm excited to do stuff like it again. Maybe someday soon. We'll see. But I did just get told to come eat foods. So maybe I should go do that. Oh, it's really dark. Don't need it dark. There we go. uh, yeah. Are you building a lush cave? I'm actually going to build a lush cave based on this design, like extrapolating. Might not be the right way to say it, but on this. Once 120 comes out. because I want to incorporate the cherry stuff to it and just see what I can do with that. And it's actually in a deep dark, so a lot of the same concepts are going to apply, and it's going to be fun. I'm building a lush cave temple thing in between two ancient cities. In the middle of what was a lava lake. Well, technically the lava lake is still partially there, but you know. I've made it all obsidian and I'm building on top of it. Which will look cool, but I'm waiting because about the time I was going to start actually grinding and trying to get a bunch of it done, Minecraft is like, look at all these pretty flower things. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to wait then. um, oh, it started snowing. No, 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 no. Hold on. Weather clear. No, no snow. I don't need snow on the top of this. Yes, cherry blossoms are gonna be so cool. And just like everything is gonna, yes. But like you can see because like there's the pink from the azalea leaves and the pink, like the alliums and the orchids. Like it's all good to work together and it's going to be awesome. I have a vision, but let's see. I'm trying to look and see if there's somebody to raid. Did we raid last time? I don't remember. Oh, we raided Joker. You are very welcome, Eclipse. Thank you guys all for coming and hanging out and talking about art and Minecraft and all the fun stuffs and things. I'm really excited for D&D tomorrow, but I do need to go eat food and probably figure out how the heck spellcasting works in D&D. So wish me luck on that. Um, I think we are going to raid Cat. I think I've raided her quite a few times recently, but that's fine. Let me get that up ready and going. Think we've just been streaming at similar times. So, yes, we are going to go raid Cat. Let me do the raid message in chat since both my mods are currently trying to eat food. There's the raid message. Thank you all for hanging out. I should be back on Wednesday. All things going well. May not happen because D&D tends to exhaust me, but we will see. Yes, I know Supper's ready. I'm coming. Goodness gracious. And yeah, I will see y'all then, probably for some Minecraft. We will see. Anyways, thank you all for hanging out, and thank you for the raids and the stuffs and things, and I will talk to you later. Bye! 1, 2, 3, 8.